I feel like everyone I know is on the Amalfi Coast or in Capri or some other part of Italy that I'm not even familiar with right now while I am stuck at home. And so I thought, why not just bring Italy to us? So we're gonna make a vegan, healthy, 3-course Italian-inspired menu. For course 1, we're doing a vegan take on prosciutto melon. For course 2, we're doing a pesto dish using my pistachio pesto sauce that has some secret superfood ingredients in there, and it literally has 1/4 of the calories of real pesto. And then for dessert, we're doing my vegan, high-protein, high-fiber tiramisu that has less than half the calories, and it's just so good. So let's get into it. Okay, we're gonna start with our melon. I really wanted to buy, if you ever see it, Sugar Kiss melon. It's like a Sugar Kiss? Yes, Sugar Kiss, not Summer Kiss and also not Honey Kiss. Those are both different things. Now, why all these melons have sexual adjacent names, I will never know, but that's neither here nor there. Sugar Kiss is like a better version of cantaloupe, truly. However, I couldn't find any, so here we are. We're just using regular old cantaloupe. That's fine, we'll live. Also, full disclosure, I am super rattled and we're filming like a couple of hours later than planned because, wow, this cantaloupe actually smells phenomenal, I just wanna say. Because, okay, I just want to say, if you come for me in the comments about this, I will block you. And usually I say that as a joke. This time it's not a joke, okay? This is real. I'm like actually really sensitive about this. And the only reason I'm sharing it is because I don't want anyone to make the mistake I did, because I don't think this is commonly known information. So I use hypochlorous acid as a household cleaner. I also use it on my face and stuff, obviously different products. And I just put it like in a cute little spray bottle usually. Sometimes I like throw in some essential oils or whatever, but I could have sworn on my fucking life that I've put vinegar in there before, because I also like to use vinegar as a household cleaner sometimes. Well, the spray bottle was empty, so I go to refill it. This is as I'm setting up, by the way, to film. And I put a little vinegar in and I put hypochlorous acid in, and I'm just like standing here doing things, and all of a sudden I'm like, wait, also, I don't know how long I'm gonna commit to this. I think it's gonna come off at some point. All of a sudden I was like, I have a weird kind of sensation in my nose, and my spidey senses go off and they're like, wait, can you mix hypochlorous acid and vinegar? And before you act like you knew this, I'm already like on a 10 about some fucking little YouTuber leaving me some comment. Not like the regular blush people, you guys I know when I fuck with, but someone else coming for me about this. I know that you can't mix like bleach and vinegar, okay? That much I know, and that is where my knowledge of chemicals starts and ends. Anyway, so I Google it, and Google's like, yeah, no, I don't think you can do that. But it said, like, it was like talking a lot about bleach, and I was like, okay, this isn't bleach though. So I go to Claude, and Claude's like, yeah, no, that could make chlorine gas. So I take the bottle to the street, I throw it away in a city bin. I take myself and Samantha out of the house immediately. Now, meanwhile, like Claude and everyone's like, you gotta air out the apartment. My windows are painted shut because my slumlord of a landlord won't like get them fixed. I've been asking him for years. I'm like, I can't access my fire escape. Should there be an emergency, I can't leave. Anyway, so I called poison control on the street, and they're like, yeah, you gotta air out the apartment. And I was like, I can't. And they're like, that's illegal of your landlord. Like, we have to report him. And I'm like, you can't do that, because if you report him, like, he might retaliate against me. But basically they're like, listen, it's not the end of the world. It's not like a life or death situation. Like, you know, it's not like so serious. And if you're not, they were like, if you're not coughing, you're probably fine. Like, the real concern is coughing, basically. But then like my anxiety and OCD kicked in really, really badly. And it took like 2 hours for me to regain some sense of normalcy. And when I say that, like, I really don't feel normal still. to this moment, but you know, it is what it is. Anyway, my mom was like, you should tell like she's like, I think it's great that you're filming today. You should tell people not to do this. And I was like, Mom, I don't think other people are as stupid as me. But can I tell you something? My DIY era has come to a full halt. Like I used to DIY everything. I would like DIY soaps, like skincare products, like everything. I would just kind of make my own. And then slowly over time, I've gotten a little less crunchy and a little more like, I don't know, just like wanting to be a part of it. Like when there's cool products and stuff, I just want to use them and experience what everyone else is experiencing. I will not be DIYing anything for a really fucking long time. Like that really scared the shit out of me. I honestly can't put it into words. Like once everything was once I knew everything was okay, I will say I acted really fast. There's something about me that might surprise you, which is that under a true emergency, I'm so good. Like I'm calm and I take action instantly and I do all the things. And then once the emergency's over, that's when I feel all the feelings. It's actually kind of remarkable. One time it was a long time ago. It was when I was in college. My cousin was kidnapped and held hostage for money. Like it's like out of a movie. It's hard to believe. I can't even put into words how calm I was the entire time, and he was gone for a long time. Do you think it's time to give up on this? I think it might be. I was so calm, cool, and collected until he was found. And then as soon as he was found, I cried for like 3 days straight. It's like I couldn't feel the feelings until the emergency was over. Like it's honestly remarkable. It's one of the things I'm kind of proud of. So I did handle things really, really well. Like I did all the things that I possibly could to air out the apartment. Freedom. Anyway, now I'm feeling all the feelings, even though it's been a couple of hours. But yeah, I did throw filming off because I had to, air out the apartment, make sure no one was gonna die, stuff like that. Email my landlord and be like, dude, you've gotta get these fucking windows open. Stuff like that. Anyway, so just, yeah, PSA to all the crunchy people out there, do not mix hypochlorous acid with vinegar. And what's crazy, again, is I could have sworn I did it. But ever since, I now, this is my OCD brain taking over. So I was standing next to these flowers. By the way, have you ever seen stargazer lilies in yellow? I hadn't seen them until a couple of years ago. A couple of weeks ago. I'm so sorry, not years ago. And I really wanted them for this. I wanted the decor of today to be kind of Capri themed. That's why there's giant lemons everywhere all the time. All the time. I still don't know what I'm saying. I definitely lost a few years off my life today. Oh, I was standing next to the stargazer lilies at some point, and I was like, oh my God, what's that smell? No, there's still toxic fumes in there, blah, blah. And then I realized it's the beautiful smell of flowers that I'm smelling. Everything's fine. I don't need to freak out. But man, I was so fucking freaked out. Anyway, in case it's not clear, I'm balling the melon for our appetizer. And then real quick, while we're here and we have a cutting board, I may as well cut some zucchini, which we're adding to our pasta. And I haven't decided. So I have both full-size zucchini and these little bebe zucchinis. How cute. And I haven't really decided which we're gonna use, so maybe we'll just slice both. I wanna do relatively thin slices for these. I just I can't put into words how shaken up I am, and maybe that sounds stupid, I don't know. Oh, also I have water boiling for our pasta, for the pesto dish. I'm using bucatini, but if you make this, you can use whatever pasta you want. I just love a bucatini moment. But I do want to highlight that I've never seen a gluten-free bucatini. So if you are gluten-free, you will probably end up with a different pasta shape. Also, this isn't traditional. In fact, what shape of pasta is it that you traditionally have with pesto? It's something with a T. I can't remember what it's called. It's small spirals. I don't really like it. I don't think it's that chic. So we're doing bucatini because your girl fucking loves a bucatini. Bucatini, if you don't know, is the one that it looks like kind of spaghetti or linguine, but there's a hole on the inside. There's a straw. Okay, I think my water is boiling. Oh, this is from Italy. Okay, I'm actually terrified to turn this on. I feel like I've already endangered the lives of everyone in this household once today. Like, can I really do it a second time? But here we are, we're gonna do it. Also, we have our pasta boiling, if I hadn't already talked about that. I also have, strained. I drained the life out of myself today, and I strained a can of cannellini beans because we're gonna use that in our pasta. Also, don't mind my hippie girl hairy armpits. I was gonna say I don't do it on purpose. I mean, I kind of do it on purpose. I just get them waxed, and when they grow out, it doesn't bother me so much. It's the one part of body hair that doesn't really bother me. I kind of like the feminist statement. Okay, here's what we're gonna do here. We're gonna saute the zucchini for our pasta dish. And by saute, I actually purposely grabbed this exceptionally disgusting looking grill pan because I wanted grill marks on it. And we're gonna saute. So yesterday I marinated some yuba sheets. Yuba is tofu skin, is my understanding. What it reminds me of, and I'm not even sure if this is it, is my mom used to make yogurt sometimes when I was younger. And when you're making yogurt, it creates this like thicker film on the top that's so delicious. That's what I think yuba is akin to. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. Anyway, I marinated it in tamari, a little bit of water, and a few drops of liquid smoke. And we're gonna use that as our prosciutto substitute for our appetizer. So I'm gonna saute those two things right now, and then we'll get to making the rest of our meal. I'm starting to feel a little bit more human, but man, was I struggling before. Nice. I'll just wait for this to heat up. How's your summer going? I'm liking this summer a lot more than last summer. Last summer was pretty tough on me. I can't remember why, honestly. Oh, that's right. I was having a lot of food issues last summer. I was in a big bingey phase. But I've been doing a lot of work to heal my relationship with food this year. I'm actually working with a really great coach. If you need a rec, do DM me. This is our marinated yuba, by the way. I gave this to Ozzy the other day with some melon. I didn't have cantaloupe at home, but I had a Korean melon, so I just paired it with that. And he was like, oh my God, that's so delicious. It tastes like meat. Maybe we'll do this first and get, and that looks so weird. But I'm thinking maybe we'll get like a nice saltiness in the pan that'll transfer to the zucchini. Wow. Yuba always reminds me of chicken skin, which I used to love back when I ate meat. My parents wouldn't let me eat it all the time. Ooh, look at what it's doing there, that bubble. Oh, it's starting to smell good. Okay, I'm gonna take it off. Oh my God, just fell on my melons. I wanna eat this bit. Fuck me, that's good. Why is that so good? Holy shit. Now, it is salty AF because it's been sitting in tamari for 24 hours, but it's gonna be perfect against the cantaloupe, you know? Also, what the fuck am I gonna do with these 6,000 lemons that I bought for styling for today? A bitch does love lemons, though. I feel like I've talked about this a lot before, but I often think that I have like fancy elevated taste in food. But one thing that I really am not like on the fancy train with is, it is smoky in here, is al dente pasta. I do not like my pasta al dente. I want it cooked through. Like back when I ate steak, I would eat that shit bloody, okay? But with my pasta, I want it cooked, like I want it not like mushy, but I want it cooked through. Like I don't need a bite. I'm good. I know how to bite on my own, okay? If the smoke detector goes off, it'll just be the perfect button on this chaotic and dangerous day. Oh yeah, look at those grill marks. That's exactly what I wanted. I don't know if I'm gonna use the big ones or the baby ones, so we'll just kind of grill both. God, it's really fucking smoky. I'm a little concerned. Oh, and I can't open my fucking windows to air it out. So it's great. No, it's great. I love it. I love it like this. Beautiful. Whatever. All right, I'm gonna move this to the stove and we can move on doing other things. Oh, just look how beautiful that looks. I feel like it's still really smoky in here, but whatever, let's just roll with it. Okay, so before we get to plating and eating everything, let's real quick talk about everything. So for the pasta, again, I was thinking we'll do bucatini, we have the zucchini, I wanna add cannellini beans, and I wanted to crumble some plain tofu on top and kind of give it like the aesthetic of like crumbled ricotta kind of vibe, or like a crumbled white cheese kind of vibe without all the effort, and also to add some more protein. And then I'm gonna grate some tempeh on top to kind of give the aesthetic of Parmesan, grated Parmesan. Sorry, I lost many brain cells today in the process of nearly killing my entire family. You know, so proud. You know what I love? That I made such an idiotic household mistake and nearly killed everyone, and then I'm out here pretending to be like Martha fucking Stewart hosting a cooking show. It's the range that I'm really proud of. And I actually for a while was gonna use butter beans because I like them more, but I went with cannellini, not even because they're Italian, but because they're smaller, and I thought that they could almost give like a pine nut-y aesthetic, even though they're way bigger than pine nuts, and that literally makes no sense. Anyway, that's fine. This is our pesto sauce that I made yesterday. I'm gonna run through the ingredients, and it's a two-step blending process because you don't wanna over-process the basil or it gets gross. So I did a 1/4 cup of water, 1 peeled whole lemon, 3 cloves of garlic, 4 tablespoons white miso, 1/2 cup of pistachios, 1/2 cup of nutritional yeast. Start with a 1/4 cup, see how you like it. I love the flavor of nutritional yeast, but like this is pretty aggressively nutritional yeasty. So, you know, a 1/4 cup of a very pungent, flavorful olive oil. It only works if it's a really intense, high quality olive oil, because otherwise it just like won't be flavorful enough. And 1 cup of spinach. Now the spinach is a little rogue, but it's just a nice way to sneak in some more nutrients. You're not gonna be able to taste it at all. It adds more green, it adds more nutrients, that's it. You can leave it out if you want, but like, why would you not get the more nutrients in? Blend until smooth, and then I did 3 cups of basil, remove the stems, and a 1/4 cup of ice. The point of the ice is to blend the overheating that happens prevent the overheating that happens in the blender so that the basil stays very green and vibrant. Now it is a more lemony pesto also. Not all chefs agree with that take. I don't really give a fuck. And the other thing I wanted to highlight before we get to styling is for our appetizer, I wanted to use this pomegranate molasses. I love this brand. I particularly love the squeeze top. That's a big part of why we're using it. Okay, I think we're ready to start styling our appetizer. Okay, I spent so much time thinking about how I want to present the fake prosciutto melon situation and ultimately decided I want it on skewers. So I guess we can start skewering. I feel like that's too much though. God, this shit is so good. I'm gonna roll up bits of this to put onto skewers. This must look so weird, especially if you're not familiar with this product, which I guess unless you have like a pretty Asian background, I don't think you would be. I also have to find melon balls that, you know, look good because not all of the balls look good. All right, I want to do a pomegranate molasses drizzle on the plate. Oh my God, remember the time? Remember the time I tried to do a tamari drizzle on the plate and it looked like dog shit? Yeah, that was so funny. It was in the strawberry episode. Great, beautiful, stunning. We love it. And now, how's that looking? God, I wish you could talk back to me. Okay, what do we think of that? And how do I add basil to this plate? Okay, I actually think I like that. Oh, that smells so good. Wait, am I going crazy or does this kind of look a tiny bit like prosciutto? I'm not saying like identical, but a little bit, right? Or have I lost it? Maybe I've lost it. I don't know. Anything's possible. Maybe all the toxic fumes got to my head. Okay, I'm gonna rub it in, get some nice pomegranate molasses all over it. Little basil leaf on top. I cannot put into words how obsessed I am with this. Also, something I really love about this dish is that it's going to piss off both vegans and non-vegans. Well, one specific type of vegans. Let me explain. So a lot of non-vegans get really annoyed at any time vegans make something look like an animal-based product. So it's definitely gonna piss off those people. And then it's also gonna piss off the types of vegans who are really into like food combining and you should only eat fruits, specifically melons, by themselves. So I really love this for me. I just can't wait to read the comments. In addition to, oh my God, you're such an idiot. I can't believe you nearly set your house on fire practically. I'm also gonna get shit for this. So it's gonna be a great day for me when this airs, yay. Okay, I could eat this forever, but I really fucking want some pasta, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay. Gonna add some sauce and give it a nice toss. No, I'm just doing it with my hands like a barbarian, no big deal. This is how people eat pasta, right? I feel like I need to grab a clean bowl. Like, what the fuck happened here today? You know what, while I'm being a heathen, let me just throw some beans in with my bare hands also. And mix that in. Oh, this smells so fucking good. I'm gonna die. All right, gonna transfer this mess into another bowl. Put some zucchini in. Pretty side up. Add some more beans. Crumble up some tofu. Grate some tempeh. I feel like it needs some more texture and color. Maybe some black pepper, definitely some fresh basil. Oh, beautiful. How's that looking? Do we need black pep? Maybe we'll do a little black pep, or even better, crystallized shoyu. Yeah, that's beautiful. Wow. Honestly, I want a little lemon zest on there too. You don't have to, but I do. I could even squeeze on a little lemon. Wow, that looks and smells so fucking good. Okay, I nearly choked because that bite was so big, but holy shit, this is so good. This is truly, truly the pasta dish of my dreams. And there's just like so many veggies and other things in there that it's lighter than if it were just pasta, you know what I mean? And I think that that's the trick with pasta. Like you still want your noodles, because otherwise you're not gonna be satisfied, but you wanna throw other shit in there too to add more nutrients. Also, if there's just one thing that you take from this show as a whole, it's to buy that crystallized shoyu, that shoyu salt. It is so fucking good. It makes everything not only more beautiful, but more delicious too. Also that crumbled tofu and the grated tempeh really add something extra. Yeah, I'm obsessed with that. I could eat this whole bowl right this second, but I have to leave a bit of room for dessert. So let's go ahead and do dessert. Okay, it's time for dessert, and I've literally never been more excited. So I made the tiramisu base, and the tiramisu, I call it cream, like the mascarpone component of the tiramisu yesterday. Let's talk about it. So for the mascarpone component, the creamy part, wait, can I tell you a random funny story about tiramisu? So the summer before senior year of college, I did this fellowship program. I worked in policy at the time. Like that's what I thought I was gonna do for life. And I got this like crazy competitive, like literally more competitive than Harvard fellowship. Just to like brag real quick, it's like the one accomplishment of my life before I started being a whore. I'm just kidding. What the fuck? Anyway, I was in a fellowship program. It was this, at the time I was like a big libertarian, not anymore, spoiler alert. It was this libertarian fellowship program, whatever. And it was like different people in the program interned at different places, but we all also had components that were just for the program and they provided housing. It was actually a sick fellowship. And I was paired with these two girls, and the girl who was assigned as my roommate, the girl, like it's supposed to be 4 people to an apartment. It was a 2-bedroom apartment, so you were supposed to share bedrooms. But the other girl in the apartment, like her roommate, like never showed up or something, so she just had the room to herself. And then me and my assigned roommate became best friends from the get-go, like instant bond. Like I've never had such strong chemistry with someone. We're actually sadly no longer friends because she's kind of like a Maha trad wife now. Like, it's so sad. We were so close. And then she married this conservative guy who I actually put her in touch with, which is really sad. Like, who knew that I was ruining my own life? It actually reminds me of Sierra from Summer House, like convincing Amanda to leave Kyle, and then Amanda like steals her boyfriend. It's like, I put her in touch with this guy and then he stole my best friend from me. Anyway, so sad for her. I actually genuinely feel bad for her. But anyway, at the time we were like instant chemistry, instant best friends. And her birthday, actually her birthday's right around now. Should I text her? For her birthday that year, she had said that tiramisu is her favorite dessert. And my mom makes the best fucking tiramisu. One of my parents' like when I was a child, like their closest friends was Italian, and his wife taught my mom how to make like true authentic tiramisu, which this is not, to be abundantly clear. Now, my mom didn't use rum because like my parents were Muslim, so they don't drink. But other than that, like it's a very traditional tiramisu. So the fellowship program was in DC. My parents live right outside of DC. So I asked my mom to make tiramisu for my best friend at the time. And so I brought it home and I like put it in the fridge, and I tried to hide it in the fridge because it was there for a couple of days before her birthday. And she like got drunk or high or something and found the tiramisu in the fridge and started eating it. And then I was like, well, she started eating and I may as well eat it. And by the time we served it to her for her birthday, there was like this much of the tiramisu left. Okay, anyway, moving right back to this. So the creamy part, it's a half cup of the Eden Foods soy milk, the thing that, honestly, the fact that Eden Foods isn't sponsoring like my entire life, I will never understand, given that almost every single recipe I make uses that fucking soy milk. Half a cup of the Eden Foods soy milk, 1 package of the Morinu silken tofu, I'll link both of these, 1 cup of raw cashews that I soaked in hot water and then strained and rinsed, 1 cup of pitted medjool dates. Per usual, make sure you're really packing in the medjool dates. Like, you don't want them just like pack them in, as many as you can fit into a cup. It's like 8 big juicy fat ones. 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, 1 tablespoon of coffee extract. This is important. And then I did 1 tablespoon of yogurt. I'll show you the yogurt that I used. It's actually, if you watch the sushi episode, it's the same one that we used for froyo. This is the best one I found in terms of like taste and also not being like so bad for you. It's the Coco June, the 10 grams of protein, plain unsweetened, organic Greek style cultured coconut yogurt. It doesn't taste like coconut. The ingredients are like pretty good. It's coconut milk, pea protein, inulin, pectin, and vegan probiotic cultures. Listen, am I saying like it's low? No, it's pretty fucking high in saturated fat still, but it's a little bit better than plain coconut yogurt, but it also tastes like yogurt. And the reason I use this is because mascarpone is like it's kind of like cream cheese. It's light, it's airy, and it's very cultured. So this gives some of the same tang that mascarpone has, and it helps this thicken up in the fridge because of the saturated fat. It's literally 1 tablespoon in this entire jar. So it's not that much saturated fat when it's spread out through the entire thing, but you can always omit it too. Or if there's another coconut yogurt you like better, another vegan yogurt, or if you're not vegan, just like use whatever fucking yogurt you want, it's fine. And then I did a pinch of salt, that's it, and blended together until super, super, super smooth. Now this is the base. I did it in the food processor. It is 1 can of chickpeas strained and rinsed, 2 cups of pitted medjool dates, a half cup of cashews. I didn't even bother with soaking for this, but you can. 1 tablespoon of coffee extract and a half a cup of the Eden Foods soy milk. You want to process this quite a bit. Like it's going to take more processing than you think, because if the chickpeas are still really chunky, like it kind of gives chickpea, you know what I mean? Like that's kind of fucking weird. And then we're gonna top it with cacao powder rather than the traditional espresso powder, although you could do whatever the fuck you want, Okay, let's go ahead to plate and then eat. Okay, dessert time. I feel like this would be a really good breakfast too, even though I will say it's not Like the coffee extract has a bit of caffeine, but really not a lot. But still, the smell of coffee I feel like is just stimulating. I can also link these little Weck jars. They're so cute. I'm making 3 because Ozzy just came home and I want to give one to my neighbor. So here we are. Oh, so fucking excited to eat this. Okay. Should we go in? Okay, first of all, the cacao powder is slight choking hazard, no big deal. But when I tell you, it truly, truly reminds me of real tiramisu. Sam agrees. That's insane. No, don't mind me just choking on cacao powder over here. No, it's so fucking good. It's honestly so good. It's so hard to believe this is healthy. Honestly, this whole meal has been phenomenal. I probably have shit all over my mouth and my teeth, but whatever. Thank you so much for being here. I had so much fun. I hope you did too. If you did, please share this episode, yada, yada, yada. You know the drill. Seriously though, love you. Thanks for being here. I can't believe that happened. But we're professionals and the show must go on, so here we are. Okay.